Thank you. What you just seen right now is known as the American Indian house hoop dance. This style of old Indian dance is originally hundreds of years old, born in the village of the house through a young man's dream. Through this style of dance, our older people use hoops, creating images, showing respect to all living life. Some of our older people, they say that originally this was a very old dance of courtship, that the very first hoop used represented being born into the world. Throughout the dance, the images of land, sky, water, animals, birds, bear, elk, deer, horse, tree, flower, turtle, an eagle's nest, even the formation of a snake into a ladder are created. Here to my right, this adobe home, this structure, this dwelling, this is the way it would have looked where this dance was born hundreds of years ago. People lived in homes very similar to this here. Looking upon the top, you'll notice a large wooden ladder one of the formations in the middle of the hoop dance. For myself, my name is Gary Wiskigeamatyuk. I come from a family known as the Chief Burnett and Wadmose Kyokomepa and Wadmaveshku family. Originally, my family came from the Great Lakes region of the U.S. My family was relocated. They were moved by the government to the prairie band Hubby Indian Reservation in northeastern Kansas, where my family and tribe today reside. Back there behind you, you will see a few photographs documented through the Smithsonian Museum and the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. In those photographs are pictures of my family, my father, grandfather, three of my great-grandparents, and my grandmother back home on the reservation where they lived. My grandparents, every single one of them, were very well noted in documented chiefs in American history during the shaping of the United States. That's the reason why so many photographs are taken of them by anthropologists into the 20th century. I'm the biological great-grandson, one of the last principal chiefs and holy men documented in our tribe and through the museum. He is a man pictured in the very center. What does that mean today in this modern day? Absolutely nothing. I'm not a chief, and I am not a holy man. I'm not like my relatives in those photographs. I'd simply be lying to you if I tried to pretend that I was living a lifestyle like my relatives in those pictures. The reality for myself and most true-blooded American Indians is no different than any of yours. As American citizens dealing with the same realities of life, no different than anyone else. The only way we can truly be connected to our families and our people is through our language, prayer, song, and dance. For a small moment in the day, we look at the world the way our old ones did, inviting all of you, the beautiful cultures from the world, in a way of friendship, harmony, and healing. Being Indian is not about how many feathers I can put on my head. It is not about long hair and braids, or piercings, tattoos, beads, fringe, or acting macho and tough all the time. To be a true Indian person, my grandfather used to say, was a human being centering himself in the world and universe around him. The American Indian, they look at trees, water, wind and fire, the stars in the sky, plants and animals. These things around us are so beautiful, made with such precision, beauty, and accuracy. And maybe there was an artist or an architect of the world, and through a song and a dance, the American Indian was not worshiping animals, they were not worshiping the sun or fire. They were just showing respect to the world that they lived upon. Each and every one of you here, all of you, come from a very beautiful background. And around the world, we all live under the same sun, moon, and stars above our head. Around the world, we're a family and should be respectful to each other in the world that we all share. It's the human spirit that connects us, and we should never forget that. For all the children that are here today, you all having a good time? Are you guys hot? Yes. Are you guys interested in knowing what the dance was a little bit more about? Who thinks they saw some images in there? What were some of the images that you had seen? Circles. What do you think that circle represented? The world. Very good. Everything. Who comes up in the morning to greet us with light? The sun. That sun moves in one motion, never going backwards, in one cycle. In the cycle of life, that movement in the world. Everything is created through life. Yes. Birds, very good. Who can tell me what kind of feathers these are around the stage? What bird do these come from? Yes, ma'am. Not a hawk. Eagle, very good. Who said, powerful flying bird. The eagle is a very sacred animal. Today in the United States, it is illegal to have eagle feathers. They were banned in the year 1962. They were put on the endangered species list. And American Indians were given the right in 1978, the Freedom of Religious Act was passed. Today, as American Indians, we are documented through a tribal enrollment number back home on the reservation where we come from. These enrollment numbers are sent to the federal agencies where the birds are sent to us for ceremonies or social gatherings. And that is what you're observing here, are feathers. Now let me ask all of you children, I know you're learning a little bit about Native American culture. Do you guys have any questions about anything at all that you may want to know about our songs, our dances, our languages, our outfits? This is the time to ask. You can ask any questions that you may have a curiosity about. Yes, right there. Speak really loud too, okay? One more time. What was the question? The color on my face or my outfit? The outfit green that I have? Well, let me tell you this. In your family, you love everyone. But sometimes we don't always share the same brain. You're your own spirit, your own person. As a tribe, we had tribal colors and things that we use in the nation, but every individual was different. Our people, they used to obtain things from the French, the British, a lot of European people that were surrounding our people. We began to adopt a lot of things. Now you see that hide right there in front of you, that big old hide in the corner of the stage? What kind of animal do you think that is there? What's that? Buffalo, very good. A bison, a buffalo. Our people use animal hides. In the old pictures, you see a lot of leathers, but when Europeans came, they brought French, they brought silks and yarn from China, they brought beads from Italy, they brought a lot of different things, and our people began to adopt them. They loved color. So green representing trees or leaves, purple, blue, things representing the sky, orange representing the sun. We, our people, they would wear a lot of color upon the body because it represented life. So when these people brought these colorful things to us, Native Americans, they adopted it very, very quickly. So this color I'm wearing, the Potawatomi, the Chippewa, the Ottawa people, we originally lived in the Great Lakes region of Michigan, Wisconsin, Northern Indiana, and Illinois. That area is very green, a lot of forests, trees, and plants, and things like that. So our people, they loved a lot of these bright colors that represented the forest. Okay? Let's see. Anybody over here? Yes, sir, right there. When did Indians first come to the world? Okay, let me see if I can break this down for you. I work in native anthropology, and I'm going to try to teach you in the best way that I possibly can. There's a lot of theories out there, but the main theory is, and represented by bloodlines of where we come from. The North American Indian was here long before anybody else. Our people are believed to have been here at a time referred to as Clovis, between 11 and 13,000 years. Our bloodline is believed to come from a place in Mongolia, China, is where the North American Indian came from. Up through Kazakhstan, when you go up to northeastern Russia, to a people and a society there known as a Chukchi. They still live there today. It's very hard to find these tribal people because it's extremely cold there, very hard terrain. It is believed that thousands of years ago, that our people came up through there, through what is today known as Alaska. We bought Alaska, the United States, from Russia. That was part of Russia at one time. And that area of land was very close together. Even today, if it freezes over, there are people known that you can actually get across very easily. So a long time ago, our people came up through Alaska, into Canada, into what is now North America. So you're going over 11,000 years ago, and our bloodline comes up through the area of China, Mongolia. Okay? Let's see. Yes, ma'am, right here. Face paint. You everybody see the paint on my face? Now, you all know what tattoos are, right? Now, tattoos, do they come off the body? No, they are permanent. If our people tattoo the body, it is to show loyalty to religion and the way our people looked at the world. Tattooing the arm, the face, the body. But paint, does paint come off? Paint does come off. When I put paint on my body, I'm doing it for that one moment in time. If I go into war, if I'm performing a dance, if I'm looking for power, that one moment in time. It might represent the power of the sky, hail, lightning, the sun. It may represent water. It may represent a buffalo, the speed of a horse, the power of a deer. These animals have a lot of power. What do you think if you see a dragonfly? How fast does a dragonfly move? Real fast, right? You ever see a dragonfly move? Warrior societies used to put dragonflies on the body because they believed it represented speed. So everything has power. So when I put paint on the body, it's for that one moment in time, and then I will wash it off. But tattoos are to show loyalty to the way they looked at the world. Okay? Yes, ma'am, right here. I'm sorry, one more time. Every tribe is different in the region of where they come from and obtaining colors. Natural colors, if you're in Alaska, Canada, it's very cold there. There are different plants and different things that are there. If you're in Arizona, there's a lot of stones there. Every tribe has to use whatever was around them. Many of our people would dye roots from certain plants. They would basically boil them. There were certain plants that gave them different colors. Even berries. You see blueberries or different things like that. Berries, raspberries, it would basically press them, dye them, press them with different stones, boil them with hot water, and they were able to get these things. They would even mix certain nuts or berries with roots and plants, and were basically able to get you the exact color that you wanted. Every tribe, again, is different because of the terrain and the region of where they lived at. Okay? Yes, sir. One more time?
I guess. Sorry.
The costumes are made naturally from different animal hides, and also we obtain different things from European people. A lot of Indians did use needles and threads that were adopted from European people. Okay? That's all the time you guys have. Listen, everyone, that's all the time we have. I want to thank all of you very much. Again, my name is Wiskigeamatyuk Jr. from Hardworking Nation. Have a great day here at Monastery Farm. Thank you.